Hello, this video is based on Vedic astrology, and for those who are having Vedic birth chart or Vedic Janam Kundali. If you are a Cancer ascendant, this reading is for you. Within the month of March, there are 4 planetary transitions about to take place: Mercury, Venus, and then the Sun and the Mars. So we are going to discuss about the impact of those planetary transitions on the Cancer ascendants during the month of March. As the Saturn is already going through your 8th house during the last year and this year, so you're already going through a period of S.Wasantha, which makes some negative impacts in certain aspects of your life, except your profession, because you're having some favorable influences on your profession during recent times, as the Jupiter is moving through your 10th house from April 2023 onwards, and it will stay there up to 1st of May, and that it will move to the 11th house. But we are going to discuss here about the movement of the mentioned 4 planets and their impacts. So on 7th of March, the Mercury is going to transit from your 8th house to 9th house, and it will stay in its new place up to 20th March. But again, Mercury is about to retrograde and come back to the 8th house during the month of April, but I'm not going to discuss on that, and I will discuss only about the impacts during the month of March. As the 8th house is the birthplace of a birth chart, the transition of Mercury from 8th house to 9th house is better than staying in 8th house. Even though Mercury gets debilitated in its new place, it will not make any harm as it was in 8th house. The Sun also is about to transit from the 8th house to 9th house in 14th March, and it will stay in its new place up to 13th April. So this movement also is good for Cancer ascendants, because as the Sun was in 8th house, it was not a favorable planetary position for the Cancer ascendant. That will create some better influences on your savings and wealth, and even if you had any legal issues also, such issues would be get better shaped. But the Venus is about to transit from 7th house to 8th house on 7th March 2024, and it will stay in its new place, means 8th house, up to the 31st of March. That means up to the end of the March. So this movement is not favorable for you, because the Venus represents your properties, mean fixed assets like lands, buildings, or vehicles, and even your residence, and also your income and your interaction with the society. So Venus represents all those, and during the mentioned period, that means from 7th March to 31st March, so it's not a favorable period for those mentioned areas. Also on 15th of March, Mars is about to transit also from 7th house to 8th house, and it will stay in the 8th house up to 23rd April. That moment is also not favorable for you during the mentioned period, because as I mentioned you earlier, the 8th house is the birthplace of any horoscope, and you have to take care of yourself during that period from sudden illnesses and unexpected accidents, and it's not favorable for your profession too during that period, because the lord of your 10th house also the Mars. So movement of the Mars to 8th house means during that period it's not favorable for your profession. So be on alert or be cautious on your profession during that period. And also the Mars also governs your 5th house, which resembles your children, uh, your education, and also uh, your love affairs. So the impacts on those areas also not favorable during the mentioned period, as the Mars transits through the 8th house during that period. So be cautious on such issues, even though it's a very short period, as these planets are fast moving planets, their impact also fast and high. So this reading is based on Vedic astrology, and also this is a common reading for Cancer ascendants, but for more personalized and accurate reading, you have to refer to your own birth chart and get the reading based on that. Because if the planets were positioned strongly at the time of your birth in your birth chart, then the present impact also could be favorable for you. And if those planets were positioned weakly at the time of your birth in your birth chart, the present impacts also not much favorable or could be malefic also.